Shalom Aleichem. Bandirabe. Today, in this stage of life right now, our main focus should be on loving ourselves. And while we do that, we'll all be able to love each other. We're strong together, weak when we're separate. It's the way to overcome the enemy. Today our enemies today, we're more divided than ever once before. And we wonder why we're viewed this way amongst the nations. We must rise together. one force, one love. We must strive for independence within our own circles, within our own communities. Each one teach one. All reflections of each other. You and me, and I am you. We must not seek approval of ones that's not of us. That's a form of destruction for people today. If we only open our eyes to our purpose and the rightful blessings in front of us. Together we're ours. Shema Israel. Adonai Eloheinu. Adonai Echad. Blessed love, the ones and ones. Just checking in, checking in. Start to go live at the moment. Just holding a firm meds, for the day. Playing some music, organizing and centralizing some things, some new works, a lot of new music to come, a lot of cultural content to come. There's a few great people I will be bringing on to the channel to speak to you all on various African instruments and various styles of playing. And I'll be having a series going with people from various genres, showcasing either their instrument or the the foundations or the musical foundation of what it is that makes their sound or their music what it is, and stuff like that. So look out for more lives more frequently with music and reasoning, as we'll be on here just playing some music, cooling, and we'll be reasoning. Um, as it gets a little bit more warm outside, I will be going out and inviting some people with me, and we'll be playing. And it would be really fulfill the purpose of what the series will be, which would be music and reasoning. It would be the act of playing music and reasoning, music and teachings, keeping like a modern form of what my ancestors were really known for when it comes to music. So there's a time to, as we say here in America, there's a time to jam out and shred, as they call it, go crazy, play, make a whole bunch of noise. And there's a time to hold a meds. There's a time to sing uniformed songs. Obviously, I have a whole bunch of music out, so I could easily just come on and play some songs and do a little normal live performance. But in the cultural sense, putting, I guess, both of my, I would say, both aspects of my livity, what I do on a day-to-day, or what overall defines me in my purpose, is music and teachings. So I spend a lot of time doing music, and I also, for ones that don't know, I spend a lot of time doing teaching and helping ones, each one teach one. And interestingly enough, I've been over the last year trying to find a way to put these categories together. Some might see this and say, but Moshe, in your music, you're already sharing history, you're already sharing forms of spirituality, awareness to the people in a certain sense. But in a interesting way to look at it is that is kind of how ones naturally think about music. Well, for me, when I thought to make music, that was the purpose. The purpose was to tell a story, something that could be positive or be awakening to someone, spread awareness. We're all reflections of each other, so maybe something I've been through the others have. Also to share a history, specific history on ones that have been lost and gone astray and are finding themselves back into their rightful purpose, into their rightful identity, people that are seeking their roots and identity and their original form of spirituality or religion. My music was geared towards gathering, different aspects of those areas to get people more into bringing out themselves, more into their own self-discovery. But it was interesting to learn over the years that I was wondering, like, am I just doing, like, what am I doing really? Am I just making this music to do? Like, is it really helping people? You know what I'm saying? And it's helping me in a way, but is it helping people? And over the years, performing live, I'll tell you a quick story. I had a show a few years ago when I was, performing with a band at the time. It was like we were like an 8-piece band. Sometimes we were 5-piece, sometimes we were 4-piece. And I was obviously the lead singer and the guitar player of the band. And we did a show, and I was very surprised that, after the show, sometimes people will come up to you and they'll tell you, like, oh, the performance is good, or like this is that. And then I have close people to me that will tell me if the performance was bad, and both of those are great. This show was very interesting because here comes a guy, he comes up, and he's immediately sharing how he's just going straight 100, 0 to 100. So in this moment, he's just like, yo, look, listening to your music saved my whole life. And I was just like, what? are you talking about? To me, I'm just like, huh? Like, what do you mean? He's like, I was contemplating all different kind of things for myself, if you guys know what I mean. And I somehow came across your music, and it was like you were speaking on things that I experienced. And you were, throughout the sounds of the music and through your voice, all I felt was that there is going to be a new day and things will be better. So whatever I'm going through right now, I need to just, cool with it. When I heard that, I was just like, wow. I'm like, okay. First, I'm shocked because I'm like, like when you're just creating music, and like I said, you're creating it, with a proper intent, not just to necessarily entertain people, make people dance. I do want people to dance and jump around and have fun when they listen to music. But my main focus in the music is to spread an awareness, to let ones that are out there that feel alone or they're not alone, in the good and in the bad, and also share a bit of history and tie that in with one's spirituality or one's religion. And aspects of that was brought together. So to fast forward into the story, he decided not to do those things he was going to either do to himself or self-sabotage, whatever the case may be. I won't elaborate. And he said, you know what, I'm going to wait it out and see if things change based on the specific songs he was listening to from me. That was a year later that he now came to my show. So that means throughout that year of contemplating things, he now turned over a new leaf. He's according to him, word for word, I am now reborn into my rightful purpose, comfortable in my own shell, you know what I'm saying, and knowing that I'm no longer alone and that there's other people out there that have similar experiences or will be open to the understanding of those experiences. And I was just like, wow. I'm like, okay, so maybe this can do something. So I say that to say, in the traditions of the tribes that I descend from, someone's going to marry someone or looking to propose to someone, they're calling the musician, they're calling the jelly, you know what I'm saying, the one from the musical cast of the people, to come and play music for this person before you even ask to marry this person. And then they're also coming to the wedding. And when you have the kid, they're coming to play when the kid is born. And you might be like, oh yeah, they're just booking music to come and people to play music so they could just la da da da. No, this aspect of someone that keeps that role is the person that knows the history of the people, the spirituality of the people, and what is going on in the day-to-day society, and also is able to judge based on those things on spreading the proper awareness to people, whether it's in its rawest form or in its most polished form. It is going to be said and people are going to receive it and listen. So if you're a person in those crowds and you're hearing some nice little, few little notes playing, because it's just to keep something steady going, and you hear, you hear that one, he's telling you the story of the people. He's letting you know, don't forget your culture, don't forget who you are. He's giving you the history of ones that came before you within those lineages. So it's a better sense of hope, a reassurance, and more strength. It is like when I'm at the shul and we're at rabbi's giving Devar Torah, and it's about a specific matter. It could be about anything. But when you know it was great, was when you leave there with something to sharpen you even more. When you leave there like, okay, wow, a little bit of this is starting to make sense. And it's just adding all to this puzzle piece of what it is that is your life to get you to the next level. And it's not next level for you is not necessarily the next level for someone else. It's the next level in your own progression and what makes you who you are as a person. So the fact that the role of the musician or the singer or what is done through lineage and through family, but also it is to pass on the tradition, the spirituality, the essence of the people so that it won't be lost. And the fact that I spent over the last 10 years putting out music and reggae and different genres, specifically focusing on those areas and those topics without necessarily knowing that I descend from people where that is the main form of music. There's rap music in that culture too. There's reggae music in that culture. There's all kind of genres that you could think about a part of this culture that I'm speaking about. But in its most purest form of the music, it is specifically to do the things that I just mentioned. And the people that play that kind of music and sing that kind of music are very, very important because they're not just the musicians, they're also the teachers to the people in those spaces. And those are the two different aspects of things that I do on the daily and my two, I guess, things that I'm good at. Like, I guess the best things I'm good at. Every time I bring that up to people, they're like, oh, but you're good at other things too. I'm like, well, those are the things that I personally know for sure that I'm okay at and that I don't mind doing every single day, and I do every single day. And I've been like, how can I put these two elements together? And through gaining more knowledge on my ancestry, I find out like, okay, so I was aligned with that this whole time. So it gave me more strength and confidence to put those areas together. So with having music and reasoning, which will get, like I said, will get developed into live people outside in the world, on a hike, at a studio, pretty much all different scenes. That is kind of the energy. So if you made it this far in the video, then you should be looking out for the next week or so that there will be an episode where I'll be bringing ones, like I said, from different cultures, different ways of playing music. Maybe they showcase different instruments, why it's important, why that music for is important to them. And we'll see how that translates in today's modern world, if that music has evolved into a modern genre, but we so happen to not know. So we're going to look into those things and, shalom to ones and ones. And I hope to see you in the next video. It's Moshe, Omari, Leitraot.